How's everybody doing this fine day? Here we are. Another beautiful day down here in the dirty South, out in the woods, having a good day. It was brought to my attention yesterday. I did a video on Alexandra Rodriguez about how she's never going to talk about her weight again, even though that's the only reason why anybody has ever listened to a word she said out of her mouth. But I was informed that I cut it off a little too early, that what happened after I cut it off was just as crazy. So I figured we'd do a part 2. And then because I kind of cut the Q&A short yesterday, we will do a full Q&A at the end of this for a little while. I'm not going to do a second video. I just wanted to make sure that I answered any of your questions, if at all possible, that any of you guys had, and talk about coaching and no morbidity and alchemy and all the good shit. But for right now, I wanted to talk about Miss Alexandra Rodriguez claiming that she will never, ever again talk about her weight. Which, again, if you didn't check out my video from yesterday, please do so. Make sure you like, subscribe, share it with everybody. Do whatever you can do. But I just got to tell you, this is kind of like I truly wish like people could understand where I'm coming from with this, because especially Alexandra Rodriguez herself. Yes, I am very blunt, harsh, whatever you want to call it. Mean, I don't give a shit, because your opinion could not matter less to me, because very frankly, Alex, you are fucking losing at life. And that is not to be mean. That is so maybe you realize that being 300 and some pounds and having a 7-week-old and not being desperate to lose weight makes you a loser. Makes you a fucking loser. I don't even understand how this is even acceptable for you and your own family. Your husband is a fucking weak ass dude, if you ask me, because I can tell you this right now. When I was getting unhealthy and shit like that, and we have a child, this is her, by the way, for those of you that don't know, we had a child. She pretty much was like, hey, you're somebody's parent. You got to get your shit together. And that's the God's fucking truth. And that's reality. You know, I needed to get my fucking shit together. So I did. But this is her. This is from her video. I'm never talking about this again until it, and there should be a caveat on that. It should be, I'm never talking about this again until I need clicks, views, and money, because she will talk about it non-goddamn stop the very second she figures out how she can monetize it again. I feel very comfortable in saying that, frankly. Here we go. This is JB. Why are you balding? Low test. So you guys should decide whether you think I'm blasting steroids and too much test or low test. But JB, I got to tell you, if you want to join me, you can join me. I was waiting for the Alex crew to show up. You can join me live at this link. You have to have your camera on. You have to have your camera on. But until then, you're muted. You're going to be in timeout. Because very frankly, I don't need, like, I'm giving you an opportunity to speak to me face to face. Like, you can have your face on the camera. You can't have anything covering your face. It needs to be you. You need to have your camera on. And then you can say whatever the fuck you want to me. It's all good. So JB, we'll be waiting on you. I'm not expecting you to be here, but anywho, we are going to go. He's been balding for 20 years. He cannot be balding. He's been bald for 20 years. He cannot be balding. Exactly. Very good point, son. Now, let's get to it. So this is her. She's applied roughly half her makeup, so about like 2 or 3 kilos of it. She's just slathering this shit in and talking about her health. Fucking crazy. Fucking crazy. Anyway, here we go.
Always talked about, it's like always about like food and weight loss and all this stuff. And now, if you don't know, I'm just posting like recipes, because like also I'm not going to be shamed because I'm fat into not.
We can face off in real life anytime you want. Give me an address. So no, you give me an address of where you're at and I'll wave. Like, fucking crazy, bro. You get to talk online. I'm giving you an opportunity. So you're in timeout. One more time. Here we go.
Not posting food. Like if I want to go to the fair and eat something with my mom, I'm going to show it. If I want to cook dinner to eat and survive, I'm going to cook it. And
to eat and survive, that is one of the things that bothers me about this whole fat acceptance bullshit. Like, you want me to starve myself. Like, you've got like a year and a half of stored energy on you. You are not going to fucking starve. If you miss days worth of food, you are absolutely going to survive. Absolutely. Like, you need water, but you could go days and days and days without food and you would absolutely be fine. It would probably help your ass the fuck out. Now, I don't really like coach for like long-term fasts, but the whole like, if I need to eat to survive is so fucking silly sounding. It's insane. Have you seen you? Like, we can see you one more time, chipmunk storing up for the winter. Like, you've got enough weight. You could survive. It's this whole I need this to survive. Oh my goodness. Weird.
And post it. I am so done with every stigma around my body.
There's not really stigmas around your body. You're big and fat and you fucking made yourself that way. It's not a stigma. You're in complete denial, and that leads us to believe that obesity can cause mental cognitive deficit, and you're kind of proof. Like when you're fat as fuck, like there's this thing where the executive function of your brain, and you probably don't know what that is. The executive function of your brain, Alex, is your reasoning skills, your critical thinking, your self-startedness, your awareness of you and your surroundings. That it declines as you're fat as fuck for 40 fucking years or 30 fucking years or however long you've been fat.
And it being the biggest topic all the time.
It's the only topic people tune in for you for. It's the only reason why you have a platform is because you're fat as fuck and you've been struggling with it. It's literally the only reason. That's the only fucking reason. Like, this is amazing to me that she built her channel this way, and then now she's like I'm never talking about it again. I'm never talking about it again. This is awesome. Hang on. Hey, Alan, I just wanted to thank you. I'm down 38 pounds and I'm halfway to my goal. Thanks in your advice. Boom. Everybody congratulate Wikipedia. Very good. Very, very, very good. You should be very proud of yourself.
I want Anderson to be able to listen to his hunger cues and not have those get messed up by diet culture, because I feel like that totally happened to me and to a lot of
you want him to listen to his hunger cues, but you don't. Right? I mean, but you don't. Like you obviously continue to eat past satiety. You continue to eat past what it needs for your body to sustain itself. Way past. Way the fuck past. Way, way, way past. You obviously do.
People where were restricted and then you binge because you were restricted, and then it's just this cycle, and
that's not diet culture. That's binge eating disorder. That is not diet culture. That is binge eating disorder. That is you being addicted to the highly palatable foods that you face fuck yourself with. That's it. That's all. And often we can see you oftentimes face fuck yourself with sweets and shit. We can very clearly see that. So that's not diet culture. You binging is not diet culture. The whole diet culture thing is ridiculously amount of bullshit. I saw somebody be like, well, I don't want to feed a $90 billion industry in the diet culture. Well, I don't understand why the $90 billion industry bothers you so bad when you are literally, promoting the fucking $200 billion worldwide makeup industry, which provides nothing. There's nobody gets healthier from putting more makeup on. Zero people get healthier by putting a bunch of makeup on. So you'll support that extremely unhealthy fucking thing to do, because it is extremely unhealthy. Crystal and I did a video on toxic beauty or something like that. I think is the documentary, and makeup is pretty much poison with endocrine disruptors and carcinogens and all sorts of shit. But at least you're able to completely change your fucking appearance. because that's what you do. You completely change your fucking appearance.
So toxic. When he's hungry, he can eat. When he's not hungry, he won't be forced to eat. You know what I mean? It's like, I just want.
When have you not been hungry and be forced to eat? When? Name one time in your fucking life when you were not hungry and forced to eat. Name it. Like, who did that to you? Because from as far as I can see, your mother is like literally an enabler for you to be fat as fuck. So tell me who actually does that? Who actually did that for you? You know?
Want food to be a very safe space for him, and I want movement to be a safe space for him.
Food is not a safe space for any. Food can be a safe space. I take that back. Food is a safe space. Food-like products are not. Food-like products are not even food. And I wish that people could grasp that get there much, much, much faster. But if you're talking about like, I'm going to let my kid decide if he wants Oreos, you're a shitty parent. Horrible, horrible fucking parent. Like horrible. I tell you this right now. If I would know now what I knew when I became a father, our son would have like literally eaten completely differently. We would have been ordering meat from farmers and that sort of shit. We would have eaten completely differently.
I want movement to be about feeling good and healthy and strong, and eating balanced to feel healthy and good and strong.
You don't eat balanced at all. You know how I know? I have fucking eyes. I can absolutely fucking see you. You don't eat balanced. You eat out of balance. That's why your body is out of balance. That's why you needed to lose weight to even be able to get to be fucking pregnant. I mean, that's I'm sorry, but you don't eat in balance, like at all. If you did eat in balance, you know what would happen? Pay close attention. You'd lose weight. If you ate balanced, you would lose weight. You don't eat balanced. You eat like you are trying to be a human garbage disposal. And we've seen the ultra processed bullshit you eat all the fucking time. And I'm just going to alert everybody, the food she shows us she eats is only the food she shows us she eats. I can guarantee you this woman eats a shit ton more than she ever talks about. Than she probably even admits to her own fucking husband. Just saying. Because you know why? Binge eaters lie. Binge eaters lie and they hide shit. Binge eaters lie. They'll hide candy wrappers. They'll hide fucking burger wrappers. You know how I know? Because I used to hide that shit. Just saying. You know, like fucking reality exists.
And to be aware of how certain foods make his body feel. And
that I actually like. That's a good thing. Like if you actually just stopped and paid attention to how food made your body feel, it would be much better off. For instance, when we have clients come to us, which by the way, if you're looking to pick up, that's the StreamYard for the troll, by the way. If the troll wants to join, he can still fucking join. He hasn't tried to join. I would let you guys know. But if you are interested in coaching, this is where you can get our coaching. This is daily communication, weekly video conferences. You can be coached by either just Crystal or Crystal and myself. And it's daily communication, weekly video conferences. We help adjust your lifestyle just bit by bit. And one of the things we do, she actually just talked about, one of the things we do is we will have a person eat something and then take an assessment 2 hours later. Are you lethargic? Do you have a lot of energy? Do you feel bloated? How did that food actually treat you? Did it make you hungry? Because I can guarantee you this, if you eat a sugar-laden thing, like for lunch or breakfast, 2 hours after, you're normally hungry. Like you're 300 and fucking some odd pounds. You don't need snacks. Like she shouldn't be eating 3 times a day at all. She should be eating maybe twice a day. You know how I know? She doesn't work out. She says she doesn't work out in this video. She doesn't actually take care of herself. And if you did work out, you would have to still work out a lot more than what you fucking do. Because it seems to me that you mostly sit on your fucking fat ass. It seems to me that that's what you mostly do is you just fucking sit. So you don't have the caloric expenditure, even at your gargantuan size, to justify eating multiple times a day, especially ultra processed crap. Reality exists.
Yara and I are extremely aligned with that. And I'm very, very grateful. And Yarman's also been like a huge factor. Yar coming into my life has been a blessing in a million different ways, but that was one of them where I was so in awe watching him exercise for purely health.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but it's not like her husband is some sort of fucking athlete, but good for you. It sounds like he was a positive influence. So he's working out for purely health, which means that's guy code for I'm scrawny and everything like that, but I'm going to look like I go to the gym.
And to feel good and to be able to do things, And I'm so excited to start working out again because honestly, like,
it's been 7 weeks. You should have started working out after like the fucking third week if your doctor allowed it. 7 fucking weeks and you haven't worked out? I'm so looking forward to working out. I just don't have the time right now as I sit and apply makeup for 4 fucking hours.
The older I get too, I want to be able to keep up with Anderson. I want to be able to easily carry him as he gets bigger.
So why aren't you losing weight again? You want to be around for your kid, you should lose fucking weight. I want to be there for him. No, you don't. No, you don't. If you did, losing weight would be the thing you're talking about the most. If you wanted to be there for your child in the long run, you would be doing nothing but trying to get the fucking fat assness off of you. I mean, this is massive cope. Massive cope. I just want to get stronger so I can, be there for my baby. Shut the fuck up. This sounds ridiculous.
And carrying his car seat and just playing, like, that's what it's about. It's not about looking a certain way to fit into society's standard of beauty. Like, it's so nice to finally be past that point.
It's so nice to finally be past the points of society's perception of beauty as she just applied $60 worth of fucking toxins to her face. I mean, it's funny. I am so happy to not care what anybody thinks about me anymore. Shut the fuck up. Do you realize how stupid you look? I know you're stupid, but do you realize how stupid you look? Or like, are you too stupid to realize how stupid you actually fucking look? Because that was comedy. I got to rewind that. That was fucking excellent. Oh, hang on. Somebody here. I agree with most of the things you say. And I like the harsh words you say. The only thing I've disagreed with you on is when you call people mentally ill. Mental illness is a lazy excuse for both sides. It doesn't mean they're not mentally ill, though. People that harm themselves are definitely mentally ill. So I hear what you're saying. But I don't think mental illness is a fucking excuse. I think mental illness is something that the person who's mentally ill needs to take responsibility for. I 100% believe that. And if you're too mentally ill to be able to take responsibility for it, then and you're a danger to yourself and others, maybe you should have a little padded room, because for real, she's mentally ill. Like anybody that reaches 400 pounds, there's mental illness involved. It's binge eating disorder binge eating disorder itself, which I have, is a mental illness. If you ask me, there's something that clicks in my brain that causes me to want to stuff myself so full that it's painful. That is self-harm. I don't know why. Trust me, tried to figure it out. We really have. But instead of once we realized it's not going to be figured out, we just decided we were going to avoid doing it. So I am, by the way, 3 years, 8 months, and 29 days since no binge. Hell fucking yeah. Hell fucking yeah. So I rewound that a little bit. Let me rewind this.
Honestly, the older I get too, I want to be able to keep up with Anderson. I want to be able to
The second that kid starts being able to run, you're fucked. Because you can't run. You cannot run. You cannot. You may be able to think you can run, but you cannot run. I've seen you physically. You cannot run. And if you do run, it's going to be very painful and very unhealthy for you. So you want to keep up with your kid. The second they start being able to take off down the aisle, I would suggest you either lose weight or, you're going to actually want to be one of those people that's got their kid on a leash.
Easily carry him as he gets bigger and carrying his car seat and just playing. That's what it's.
So you need to work out to be able to carry a car seat. I rest my case. Like I completely just rest my case.
It's not about looking a certain way to fit into society's standard of beauty. Like it's so nice to finally be past that point where I feel like I've healed from that. But
look at the next scene. Look, I feel I'm happy I finally healed from worrying about what society thinks about my appearance. And then this is the next scene. That is fucking great. That is comedy that writes itself right there, people. Stuff like that makes me laugh so fucking hard. I absolutely love that. Like how they just don't even realize how ridiculous that they fucking look. I am so happy not to give a fuck about what other people think about me now. Past the 4 pounds of fucking makeup, and I need to crimp my eyelashes and make sure that everything's a process. Like you've literally probably been putting on makeup for like over an hour after the edited, before the edited cuts, and now you're fucking talking about like you're happy to fucking be escaping from the societal need to fit in. Like, shut the fuck up. Like, I'm sorry, but you don't realize how stupid you sound and look. Your entire channel, like, I bet you have hundreds of videos you putting makeup on, and you're gonna say like, I don't care about societal standards of beauty. Shut the fuck up. You are such a fucking weirdo. No shit.
I'm just really overall feeling super reflective about my internet history and the footprint I have left about weight and weight loss, and it just being this huge point of contention. And
no, it's not. You're just a fat fuck. It's not a point of contention. You're a fat fuck that lies about surgeries, that lies about your weight, that lies about lies about like losing weight, that lies about procedures she's had done, that literally then blames the weight loss surgery for not working when you can't lose anything more than like fucking 60, 70 pounds after getting fucking $40,000 surgery that we all helped pay for, by the way, because you did it through your insurance. Thanks for that. Thanks for getting that $40,000 surgery that went towards be shared towards everybody's insurance, and then you basically didn't even fucking use it. She's gonna balloon the fuck back up if she's not careful. She's gonna balloon the fuck back up.
Talking for so long.
Savage, very savage, very, very, very savage. Fucking whoo. First of all, awesome comment. Second of all, I'm pissed I didn't fucking think about it. God damn it, that was a fucking missed joke.
I don't regret sharing, my gastric bypass, and I don't regret having it at all. Like
I would hope not, because that's how you make money. And if you didn't, like, your channel was barely receiving any fucking notice until you went back to that. Like, it's the same thing with how glitter and lasers, like once a year has to be like, update on my health. I know I've told you all that I have been feeling great and I am in perfect shape, but I literally can't get out of bed. I've been in pain every single day. I've completely lied to your faces, and here's what I'm gonna do about it. I don't know why she sounds like that in my head sometimes, but she does.
Kept off almost 100 pounds since having it. I know a lot of people say that I've gained it all back. It's just not true. But also it's like,
no, you've gained a lot of it back. Maybe not you don't look as big as you did in the video where you were saying that you were getting gastric bypass, because that was like maximum density. You literally looked like you were going to pop. Your waist to height ratio was like 1.4. Like you were like way more around than you were tall. It was fucking cray. Like you did gain weight back without a shadow of a doubt. And I'm not even talking about the pregnancy weight. You had gained weight back before you got I was shocked you were able to get pregnant. I was definitely shocked, and this is no shit, I was definitely shocked that you were able to go, have a healthy baby. I was, and I'm happy you had a healthy baby. I'm happy that your son is healthy. It's kind of shitty that you're just then going to fucking, still treat it like a fucking game and fucking, not be healthy for your child, because you should be doing everything you fucking can to get healthy right now. One more time, you have a baby. You have a baby. So here's what you should be thinking about. What's it going to look like 18 years from now for you? Like, how's your mobility going to be? How well are you still going to even fucking be here? Like, she's in her, like, you think you're going to make 50? You think you're going to make 50? You're not. unless you change radically, you will not make 50. I mean, you just won't. Like, you think you're going to make 18, 19 more years of this? Like, it's not happening. Here soon, shit just starts breaking the fuck down unless you take fucking care of it. You know?
Like, why are we talking about that? Why are we talking about that? That is like the real question here. Why are we so obsessed with weight? And
because being fat is bad for you. It's bad for the planet. It's bad for society. It's a disproportionate burden upon all of society. It's greedy as fuck. Like, you're a greedy, selfish bitch because you overconsume. You have likely overconsumed enough calories to feed a village in fucking Africa. You realize that, right? Like, you yourself have overconsumed so much in the course of your fucking lifetime that you yourself like has you probably eat twice the amount of food you should every single day to in any way be healthy, especially with your caloric expenditure and your activity in the day. You probably eat at least twice the amount of calories you should eat. So you probably eat somewhere around, I mean, I can almost guarantee you she eats well over 3,000 calories a day because she's over 300 fucking pounds as a female. You know, like that's a lot. That's a lot, you know? So I don't even fucking get it where you don't understand why we want to talk about weight. You do realize that the overconsumption, especially of ultra processed foods that leads to obesity, also leads to cardiovascular disease, type 2 diabetes, Alzheimer's disease. Like, even if you are around in 50 years, you're probably not going to remember your kid. Like, you realize that eating like that is going to cause early onset dementia if you make it that long. But between your breathing, all the toxins you put on yourself, you're not going to make it 20 years. Like, the chances of you seeing your grandchildren get born are super fucking small, like super teeny ass tiny, super fucking small. You know, I just don't get it. Like, how you're wondering why weight is a topic. Weight should be the fucking topic, frankly. Weight should be the topic. And as long as you people like this fucking fat ass woman, as long as you, Alex, and other people like you try to pretend that it is not a societal issue that disproportionately burdens all of us, that in fact leverages us in many ways. It is literally even a national security threat to have this many fucking fat people. As long as you guys keep saying it, I'm going to be the person that fucking says the truth and the opposite, and you're not going to like that. Because you're just not going to like it. But you're wondering why we talk about obesity so much. It's because it's bad for us. It's bad for society. It drives up the cost of food from your overconsumption because you're selfish as fuck. You're privileged and selfish to overconsume more calories than you need in a gluttonous fashion that then causes you to be more disproportionately burdensome to society. You have had multiple surgeries for your fatness, for your overconsumption. You have had multiple fucking surgeries that you then had insurance help pay for. You probably paid your copay, and then you had insurance pay the rest. That is, you have probably had more surgical procedures, more money spent on you in surgical procedures in just a few fucking years than I will ever have in my entire goddamn lifetime, unless I have some sort of accident. Because I remain healthy. Like, so you're trying to say that in some way you are not like literally disproportionately burdensome all us? You don't understand why we want to talk about obesity? Fucking give me a break. I mean, I get it because you are a fucking super low IQ, but if you want to sit and actually talk about it, and Alex, by the way, if you'd ever want to have a conversation about this, if you ever want to debate any of this shit, my platform is your platform. You can come on here and try to make me look like the meanie I am.
I hate to break it to you, society, we're all
nature.
All brainwashed. I think
we're not brainwashed. It's crazy. You're brainwashed. You're brainwashed into thinking that being a human bowling ball is somehow not healthy for you. Like, it's somehow like healthy for you. Like, how can you possibly believe when you yourself are such a fucking fat ass that you are worried about being able to carry your kid's car seat? How can you possibly try to pretend that it's society's issue with fatness, not the fact that it's bad for your health, not the fact that it's disproportionately burdensome in all society? Again, I'm going to point out, you have used your insurance to pay for multiple surgeries because of your fucking weight. That is disproportionate burden right there, right fucking there.
Think about if the media didn't exist, how different everything would be.
Yeah, people would be thin. If the media didn't exist telling us to be fucking, oh, don't call a fat person fat. It might hurt their little fucking feelings. Oh my God, don't do this. Yeah, if society just societied, fat people would not like that shit. You realize that? If society just societied, if society was like, hey, you do you, I'm going to do me, you're fucked. You realize that, right? Because I am self-sustaining. People that are healthy are self-sustaining almost. You need it, people's insurance. If we just did like, you take care of you, we'll take care of us, and we'll see who fucking lasts at the end. You motherfuckers would be fucked. It's the media. The media is the reason why people want to lose weight. The media is the reason why people like you think it's okay to be fat as fuck. Get there fucking faster. No shit. It's insane. Fucking ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous statement. The media is so in the fucking can for fat people and the marginalization of it. And oh my God, the fat phobia. Shut the fuck up. You're a burden on society. Reality exists.
If there wasn't a preconceived notion of beauty. And
yes, the preconceived notion of beauty is called nature and evolution. And it's because, as you perfectly well know, when you're fat as fuck, you can't even have babies well. Like, this woman was so fucking fat, she had to get gastric bypass, which we all helped pay for, by the way. You're welcome there, Alex. She had to get gastric bypass to lose enough weight to try to get pregnant because she was so fat she could not get fucking pregnant. So you're trying to say that there's nothing wrong with it, but yet you know there is. You know there is. I'm happy. Patricia P is the one that told me to fucking watch the rest of it. Thank you.
And a standard, and talking about bodies and weight, and just how this diet industry is just this huge billion-dollar industry, and how it's all just to profit off of us. Anyway.
Oh my God. First of all, you don't need the diet industry. Okay. You don't need to buy No Morbidity. You don't need to buy Alchemy. You don't need to buy any of that shit. You don't need to get my coaching. You don't need to do anything like that. Drink water. Like, if you are fat as fuck, you should try to drink anywhere from half an ounce to an ounce of fluid per pound of your body mass. So Alex, that would be 2.5 gallons of water for you a day, probably, or more. Eat only whole foods. Only whole foods. You don't get to eat bread. You don't get to eat any of that bullshit. You're going to eat beef, chicken, pork, fish, vegetables, and fruit. That's it. No bread, no yogurt, no nothing like that. Just eat those things. Just eat those things. And you don't even need diet culture. You know what would happen to you? You would very, 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 very likely end up at a healthy weight. This whole bullshit about like the $90 billion diet industry is, they're trying to hurt us, this and that. What the fuck do you think the $1 trillion makeup industry is doing to you as you slather the fucking 12th kilo of this shit on? Like, I mean, how like, she's actually changing her center of gravity by how much mass she's adding to her fucking skull. Tell me how the $1 trillion fashion industry and all sorts of shit, they're not the ones telling women to be fucking thin. The fuck? You don't think the fashion industry, like you do clothing try-ons, you don't think that they have something to do with it? The women that run the fashion industry have something to do with it? You don't think that all this other shit, like the food, like the soda industry alone is like 10 times the size of the fucking entire fitness industry? You realize that, right? Like, if you get into the sugar industry and the fucking ultra processed food industry, oh shit, now we're looking at trillions of dollars. But then if you look at all the shit that leads to that from all those other industries, and you look at the pharmaceutical industry, it's the biggest industry on the fucking planet because you people are sick. Fucking ridiculous.
Anyway, all of this because of me watching poor Oprah go through this constant weight yo-yo, which so many people do.
Not you. You just kind of yo. You maybe yo. Yo. You don't yo-yo. You yo. Because you lose a little bit, then gain more. You lose a little bit, then gain more. So you yo. You don't yo-yo. You yo. But this poor Oprah, the poor billionaire who's done nothing but lie to people and stand up for pedophiles like your father. No wonder she likes Oprah. Weinstein, Epstein, Did he? Oprah's friends with all three of those people. Maybe your dad is the one that told you that she's a stand-up person. Poor her.
Their whole life. I know so many people their whole life that have gone up and down and up and down and up and down. And it's just exhausting. And it's like,
so you know people that can lose weight, but all the people you know can't seem to figure out how to keep it off because, very frankly, you don't plan to keep it off. You want to diet. You want to like lose a little bit of weight and then fucking allow yourself to get fat as fuck again because you're addicted to the foods that you're addicted to and you just don't want to admit it to yourself.
it's one of those things too. It's like when you get so complimented from losing weight, then when you gain weight, you feel horrible because everyone praised you when you were losing weight. And it's like, well, am I less than if I gain weight?
Yep. Yes. If you go from a healthy weight to fat as fuck, you are in fact not, you are less of an asset to society. You are less than. You are. Like, if you are at a healthy weight and healthy and you eat yourself into chronic illness, you are less of an asset to society. You are more of a burden. You are less than. I'm sorry. Like, I know that a lot of people don't like, I understand that she and people like her frame that shit to make it seem like, well, nobody would ever like, you can't say I'm less than. You are less than. You're definitely less intelligent, but you are less than because you are less of an asset to society. So you are less of an asset and more of a fucking detriment. What now? Because that's the truth. Like it's not even an arguable thing.
Like, just everyone stop.
How about you? Shut the fuck up. I'll do whatever the fuck I want. I'll do it. Like you doing this to anybody, you look like a fucking idiot, by the way. Unbelievable that your fucking low IQ, stupid fucking ass that's had multiple surgeries to lose weight, made money off all of it. Now you don't want people to talk about the shit that is the only reason why they know your motherfucking name and you're trying to do this to people. Shut the fuck up.
Just stop the madness.
Now I'm on you like a fucking rabid dog. Now I'm on you like a rabid motherfucking dog.
Honestly just broke my heart watching Oprah go through so much in the public eye with her weight. It was just awful.
The longer you stick up for the pedo apologist, the more stupid you fucking look. And it scares me a little bit because of your family history and the fact you have a young child.
And she is a victim of that, of society and diet culture. And
the bitch owns Weight Watchers and sells GLP-1 medications. Frankly, she is the diet industry that you're fucking talking about. I mean, maybe that Alex doesn't like know this because her IQ is the same as her BMI. It's very high for a BMI, very low for IQ. But you do realize you were just bitching about the diet industry, and Oprah is a huge portion of the diet industry, correct? Right? Like you get that, right? You understand that? Maybe you should just and listen.
Thin culture and
thin culture. You mean not being a fat fuck and being healthy and not a disproportionate burden to all society? Thin culture. You mean nature? Do you mean evolution? For real, because that's what that shit is. Like you do mean nature and evolution, right? Because nature and evolution show us that being lean and athletic is the desired modality for people because we evolved running, chasing down prey, gathering foods, walking all the time. We evolved this way. Like it is not, people look at other people and they're like, oh, that person's attractive. They think that other person's attractive because they're looking at biological markers in the person that make it seem like that would be a good mate. You get that, right? I mean, I know she doesn't because, again, stupid, but.
Unfortunately, her public journey going through that shaped a lot of other people. And it's like this dog.
She shaped a lot of other people. She owns Weight Watchers. She sells GLP-1 medications. You are an idiot. You are a fucking idiot.
Domino effect, but it's all around. And it's time we all
lose weight because you're a disproportionate burden to all of us. Is that time we all do that?
shut the fuck up. So yeah, I don't know.
Make me, bitch. Make me. I dare you to try to make me shut the fuck up. I dare you to try. Make me. Make me. Because you decided you don't want to fucking talk about your weight no more, and you wanted to fucking make it seem like everybody else is wrong for talking about your weight when it's the only reason why people know you. Fuck off. Make me shut up. Make me shut the fuck up. The fat acceptance community and the body positivity people have tried for years. You can try too. Make me shut the fuck up. Look at how well it's turned out for all the other people. Not very fucking well.
I think I am going to just private my weight videos. Anything weight related.
Yeah, ignoring your past helps it go away. That'll help you a lot. That'll help you a lot. Ignoring your past will totally get people to not want to talk about it.
I want nothing to do with any of that anymore. And I'm
too bad.
I'm unfortunately part of the problem.
No, you are. Well, you're part of a problem. You're part of a problem because you want to remain fat and you should lose fucking weight to be a better parent, better citizen, better American, better person to the planet, better to the environment. Like, you should lose fucking weight. This woman's fucking environmental impact has got to be huge. The fucking globs of makeup she has put on in this entire fucking video. You look ridiculous, by the way. You look like a fucking clown. Okay, I'm just going to put that out there. You look fucking stupid, right? You look like a caricature, right? But your environmental impact is enormous because you're enormous and you overconsume a lot of shit. I know that everybody's going to think that, like, I'm just the mean guy, but I'm right. Like, that's the thing. But I'm right. Right? Obesity is a societal burden. It's bad for the planet. It's bad for the person. It's bad for their family. It is literally a societal contagion at this point. When you see a bunch of people hanging out together and a new person comes into their squad and all three of them are fucking like say three of them are fat, and then a fourth person joins and the fourth person is kind of in shape but not great in shape, that fourth person is going to end up fat. You know why? Because they're going to adopt the behaviors of those other fucking people, and then they're going to fucking end up fat. And it's more acceptable when your peer group is fat with you. There's actual research about this. It is a societal contagion. It's the same thing with the transgender bullshit. I mean, don't get me wrong. There are actual transsexuals that have a mental disorder that cause them to feel better when they present as the opposite sex. There is no such thing as a they, them. You are one or the fucking other, you know? So you can identify however the fuck you want. It doesn't mean that that's fucking reality. But for this woman, reality exists. She just wants to ignore it.
Of talking about weight for so long. And I know it's so interesting too, because when I was posting all that stuff and doing Weight Watchers and this and that.
Well, you were doing Oprah's diet culture shit, huh?
It was very divisive where a lot of people related to it, but a lot of people were disappointed about it. And it's like, but the other thing too is if you want to lose weight, there's nothing wrong with that as well. Like, if you want to lose weight,
you certainly made it seem like there is.
For your health, there's nothing wrong with that too. It's like, I just think we need to stop talking about other people's bodies so much. Anyway,
for a person that literally is putting on makeup, like, so you don't expect anybody to talk about your makeup? Not one person said anything about your makeup in your chat. We should just stop. You don't want people to talk about the thing that you're fucking self-conscious about, because, one more time, you're fat as ugly and fuck. Fat as ugly and fuck. You're fat and ugly. So, and I'm sorry, people can say, oh my God, he just called her ugly. I find her personality, her physical form, and the fact that she has 12 pounds of makeup on right now, ugly. Ugly. And by the way, all of you and her can think I'm ugly. I think I'm like a fucking 5 anyway. I'm like at best average, right? So I don't give a fuck. But you're the one that's literally talking about, don't say anything about me. Like, any of you can say anything the fuck you want about me. I don't give a fuck. I really, really don't. Say whatever the fuck you want about me. The people that hate me, the people that like me, any of you, say anything the fuck you want. But I will say this, straight the fuck up. You are an ugly person. You are making excuses when you have a young fucking child, that you are making excuses of why you're going to stay fat as fuck. That is being a shitty parent. You're a shitty person because you're a disproportionate burden to all society. Reality exists.
Anyway, I hope all of that made sense. That was a very long, random.
It was a very contradictory fucking rant that you just gave. I appreciate it. I got 2 videos out of it. Which, by the way, I always do this. If Alexandra, if you are hearing this, I would gladly coach you for free for 6 months and sign a non-disclosure agreement that says I would never mention it ever to anybody as long as you don't. And I truly mean this. Hit me up. I can help you. I can help you be around longer than you would be for your child. So you should take me up on that offer. I mean, I know you're not, because you somehow are so stupid you think you're correct, but I could fucking help you. And if I'm not your cup of tea, you could always get coached by my wife. And for any of you that want to be coached by just Crystal, here is the link to do that right now. We are running a 50% off holiday season sale. It is for a 4-month block, and you can absolutely get coached by just her or both her and I. So I am going to just get to Q&A. I'm done. We're done with her, but I wanted to make sure we did a decent amount of Q&A. So I'm going to scroll back up to like right about here, and we're going to go with it. Jennifer Lowry, you're absolutely correct, Alan. Silent AFib is a real concern for her too. I would imagine. Nick, Alan, such a big meanie head. Just kidding. It still makes me laugh when Obese to Beast called you meanie head. I don't even check on his shit no more. I really don't. I mean, I don't have anything against John besides the fact that he's just a fucking little lemming and stupid because he bought into the whole COVID slash, what did he used to say? The whole guys, gals, non-binary pals. I mean, I'm sorry. I just don't fucking, you're suspending logic. But I am happy to see that he's no longer fucking trying to like be like something he's not. Like, just be you, dude. Stop trying to fucking impress people. Fucking loser. And I know, oh my God, you called him a loser. Yeah, I think John's a loser. John talks shit on me, and then when I fucking said something back, John kept real fucking quiet. He'll talk shit about other people. A lot. It's weird because a lot of people will talk shit about other people, and then they'll mention my name, and then when I fucking talk back, they fucking shut the fuck up. I wanted the fucking smoke. And if John, if you want it, you still want it, I'll take that fucking smoke. You won't like what happens though. But I do wish him nothing but the best. I hope he's growing the fuck up a little bit. She said she doesn't want to put money into the fitness dining industry, but is putting money in all of her money into the fast food industry. Exactly. They're the target demographic for big pharma to get as big and as healthy as possible. They make money. Exactly. That's why in 2020 they fattened the cow. In 2020 they closed gyms, made it so you couldn't go outside. Don't you dare go on a beach and get a tan. You might get some vitamin D. That might kill you. And then they made it so you could deliver beer and DoorDash were the main things you could get. It was a pain in the ass to go to every store. So they just had people eating DoorDash and DoorDash and DoorDash and DoorDash, getting fatter and fatter and fatter. And they also then in 2021 got people very used to being injected multiple times with experimental drugs. So that opened their mind to it. And then in late 2021, early 2022, and I called this, by the way, I said, now that the whole jab thing is dying down and people aren't buying into the whole this cold is going to kill everybody narrative, that they were going to, in fact, push weight loss drugs and weight loss surgery with the same veracity, if not more, than they did the jabs. And look and behold, they did. It was easy to fucking predict. Easy. Do people think the CEO of Big Sugar, Big Soda, Big Pharma, et cetera, actually consume what they sell and invent? They do not. They do not. The fact that she had the actual bypass and is still morbidly obese is crazy. I wonder. I really do. I honestly wonder about it. The speech impediment, stop it. Speak properly. It doesn't make you sound any more intelligent. I hope you're talking to them. Don't. You will not get compliments for gaining weight. You are fat as fuck. Exactly. So anybody have any questions? Let me know. I'm going to scroll back down a little bit. Second live. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Seriously though, I hope she investigates getting a sleep study done in CPAP. Oh, she has to have sleep apnea. She has to. The average person with sleep apnea has a 16-inch neck. And for women with 16-inch necks, the percentage is even higher because their body's smaller. She has to have sleep apnea. So is she the Oprah in her analogy? Apparently, I don't know. Being shredded does bump you up. Yeah. I'm doing the best with what I got. Alan's too smart to let his brain rot like that. Exactly. Alan, I'm interested if you've had any. I'm interested if you've heard about Amberlynn Reed's new feeder girlfriend. I have. I'm just not. I got to be real. I can't stand like watching her talk and everything like that. I can't. I really. Uh, I really fucking can't. Like I just can't. I can't get to it. You know what I mean? Like, and the whole feederism. Like, I'm sorry, but I'm not going to watch somebody die. You know, like I mean, I try to wake people up. If it went from she's desperate to lose weight, wanting to get weight loss surgery. Then she went back on Wegovy and all this shit, and now she's dating a feeder. I'm good. I'm totally good. I don't need to see it. I don't need to see it. I don't. There'll be an "I told you so" video when she finally fucking throws a deep, a blood clot from her thigh or something like that. But that's it. Fucking. Hey, Alan, can you speak a little bit about NAC? I've read mixed information that it cannot cross the blood-brain barrier. Thoughts? I do not know. That would be a Mark question about the blood-brain barrier. I am not well enough versed in it, just to be honest. I'm not. So I would have to refer to Mark. You can ask us when we're live together, probably later on tonight. Crystal coached my mom. She got her to off Diet Coke. Crystal, my wife is my coach. My wife is the reason why in 2 days I will be 3 years, 9 months, no binge. Absolutely. My wife is the best fitness professional nobody's ever really heard of because she doesn't like social media. Another interesting video. Thank you. Thank you very much. Did not know you had beef with him. I don't have beef with John. I'd have to give a fuck about him to have beef with him. He, at the beginning of the pandemic, somebody in his Discord asked him what he thought about the stuff I was saying, the truth and correct shit that the data said. And then he was like, oh, I just can't do it. Blah, blah, blah. He's such a meanie, blah, blah, blah. Fuck off. If you're going to mention my name, if I didn't think John was just kind of a pathetic fucking kid, it would have been way worse for him because I would have given a shit. But he's just some fucking pathetic kid. It kind of bothers me sometimes when he gives weight loss advice because he basically lost weight by working out really hard and eating the same thing over and over and over again, which is his own type of eating disorder. But I hope him nothing but the best now. I really do. I hope nothing but the best. I will say that, I was right. You were wrong. I told you so. The shit that you were saying, you couldn't believe I was saying, turned out to be 100% true. Just like, everybody that called me a conspiracy theorist and all that bullshit, I was right. Everybody else was wrong. And I've got the data to prove it. And the data I've got to prove it comes from the CDC and the WHO. So it's not like you can be like, oh, the data is wrong. No, the data I have is from the CDC and the WHO, and it proves that I was right the whole fucking time. So that's how it is. I have yet to get an apology from him for fucking speaking out of turn and being completely wrong and then acting like I was wrong when he was in fact a fucking idiot. But I don't really give a fuck about him giving that. Anyway. Angel Marks, hey, Alan, I learned I have scoliosis, never want to have the surgery and currently have no pain or issues, but is there anything I should avoid training-wise? I am not that kind of coach. I would talk to either a chiropractor or a physical therapist, but I am not that kind of coach, especially because I don't know, like I don't have a reference on who you are, how you train, anything like that. So it would be very, very, very irresponsible for me to give you advice based on that, based on this very little amount of data I have. And even the fact that I'm not the person that should be giving you advice about that. I'm way more of a habit coach, like physical habit coach, nutrition coach, stuff like that. Way more than physical, like than the actual physicality of it. Like I train myself. That's about it. Why do people care about diet industry but support the other industries? Because they're idiots, and it's an easy excuse. That's for real. That's for real. Do you pay attention to heart rate at all while working out? Would a heart monitor or something help out with working out? I really don't pay attention to my heart rate when I'm working out. I pay attention to my resting heart rate when I first wake up in the morning. It was 46 this morning. That which is fucking savage. The biggest thing about it though is that like I don't really understand why people want to take their heart rate in the middle of a workout. Just work out as hard as you can, within reason, and then keep it going, But I just, I don't wear jewelry even. I had my wedding ring tattooed on because I don't like wearing jewelry of any kind. And that's my wife's initial in the lotus, by the way. But the heart monitor thing, like your resting heart rate is important, but your max heart rate is not really all that important as long as you don't overextend yourself and cause yourself to have a coronary, which is very rare. I'm sure Crystal is nearby. Will you participate in the live soon? We were just talking about it. We might do a documentary thing here sometime in the next week. So, Alexandra Rodriguez, of course, can't stand her affected speech. I got you. In your research on sugar addiction, have you run across anything that indicates females are more susceptible? There is some idea that due to already having a higher estrogen level, that it causes people to be more susceptible to those sorts of things. But I don't believe they have any like actual true data that shows it. Here's the thing: a lot of people don't understand. Medical science, they have no problem prescribing you guys shit for all sorts of shit, but they don't know they don't know why people become PCOS, like why women develop PCOS. I mean, I personally think it's like environmental toxins and stuff like that, but also the fact that some women may just be born with a disposition for it. But the biggest thing I find weird about it is that like they don't know what causes a lot of shit. Like they don't know what actually causes heart disease, right? They used to try to say that it was cholesterol, and that's just completely wrong, because what happens is the cholesterol shows up to repair the arteries. So if your arteries are clogged with a lot of cholesterol, that's because your arteries have already been fucked up. The cholesterol comes after. Cholesterol is actually extremely healthy for you. 90% of your fucking brain is made up of a thing called myelin, and that's almost 100% made up of cholesterol. And cholesterol makes up all of your hormones too. So it's this weird thing where they don't really know. Medical science pretends to know a lot of shit, but they don't. They absolutely don't. They obviously, like, medical science isn't, most doctors aren't even taught how to anything with nutrition. Something like 80% of all medical schools require 0 classes in nutrition. 0. That's fucking insane. If you don't have any nutrition training, if you don't have extensive nutrition training, why are you prescribing harsh pharmaceutical medications for metabolic disorders? Like, you are prescribing things that you are not qualified to prescribe things for. Like, if you don't know how the disease happened or what caused it or possible ways to mitigate it through lifestyle intervention, why are you prescribing like harsh medications with very serious side effects that could hurt the person long term? Like it's malpractice, if you ask me. Anytime a doctor that it has not had any nutritional training prescribes somebody metformin or insulin or Ozempic, it's malpractice. I bet you I could win that in court, by the way. Thank you. Have a great rest of your day. Did I ever watch Life by Jen, who was the first of these social abuse interviewers to actually pass away? I never watched her. I did a video on her passing away, but I never watched her. Like, I do not like watching these people eat themselves to death. I just don't. I just don't. Whoop. Crystal was the best train with her. I agree. Amazing. I've been watching your stuff on repeat since I found you in June. I'm down 50 pounds. Thank you for what you do. Bam! Everybody congratulate Randy. That's fucking great. That is fucking great, dude. Or girl. Sorry, I'm Randy Lee. Randy Lee. I'll just call you Randy Lee. All right, folks. That's an interesting take. That's interesting. They don't take any nutrition training, but they tell people not to eat meat. Based on what? Well, that's the thing. Based on the Rockefeller-driven data, that because J.D. Rockefeller basically took over the pharmaceutical healthcare industry in, I think, the 20s, and they basically cut out all the nutrition and stuff like that because they want you sick, fat, and dependent. I'm just going to say it. And boom, boom, boom. All right, folks. One more time. Here is where you can get coaching from myself and my wife, or just my wife. You can also join our app. She's going to be running a challenge. It's going to be starting tomorrow. So if you want to just join here, I'll actually find you a thing for just that. But if you just want to join the app is $9.99. You get to track all your calories on it. We can even put sample recipes on there for you, a sample program on there for you, all sorts of stuff just for the $9.99. So please do check that out. Let me grab that for you. Live and pre-recorded classes, and this will get you the challenge. So please do take us up on this offer also. I hope all of you have a fucking phenomenal day. God damn.
Ladies, come here. If you want to burn body fat, not just a little bit, but a lot, I got the perfect stack for you. It's 3 products. Ember, which is a powerful thermogenic that you take in the morning, suppresses your appetite to a degree, and it raises your metabolic rate and have you burning calories all day long. Alchemy, what Alchemy is going to do is it allows you to eat those carbs in your meal guilt-free. It's going to take those carbs and burn it off as fuel, so you have plenty of energy throughout the day. Before you go to bed, you're going to take no morbidity. It's the best part of the stack because while you sleep a deep, restful sleep, it's going to be burning calories, burning fat all night long. So you're going to wake up not feeling groggy, feeling refreshed, ready to go about your day. So we got you covered all day long. This is called the Holy Trinity Stack. And ladies, it's for y'all, for the queens.